Alright, welcome back, good people. On this video, I want to talk about a system I was doing a little research on this week in reference to YouTube videos. And I want to ask you this question. Do you know the 3 reasons people watch YouTube videos? I'll wait. Okay, I'll share that information with you. There's a guy by the name of Daryl Rivas, who I consider a YouTube expert, right? He's got like 5 million views on YouTube. That is like incredible for me, right? I'm thinking, how do you get 5 million views? That is incredible. But that is someone that you can learn from, right? So those are the people I like to study, because if you got 5 million videos on, if you got 5 million views on YouTube, you doing it right. And that's what I want to do. I want to do it right. So I'm going to set mine up right the first time. My system, I'm growing a YouTube channel. I want to grow it correctly the first time so that I can have 5 million views. And if I have 5 million views, guess where I am? Probably on the beach with my feet kicked up making these videos, right? Because that's a lot of revenue, because you set other things up, right? But the 3 reasons people watch YouTube videos, number 1 is, you probably thought about this one. Somebody recommended a video like this one. You might say, I was watching this guy, I think his company is called Speak with Larry. His name is Larry James. And he was talking about X. And it was really interesting stuff, right? Really, really interesting stuff. I recommend you go and watch it. And that's how you found me, right? Maybe not. But that was a number 1 way he says people watch videos. Number 2 is people want to be entertained. Now that's a green light right there, right? Because people do like to be entertained. I can scroll some videos, and if I see something that's entertaining to my mind, I'm going to stop and watch it, chances are. Or I'm going to stop and begin watching it, right? Until it, finishes, or until it takes away from the entertainment that I'm getting. But he's absolutely right. And the 3rd thing he says is people are looking for information. Absolutely. Because one of the ways that I learn the things that I learn is that I'll go to YouTube and I'll type in a certain thing. Like this week I was studying landing pages and how to set up landing pages on a system called WordPress. So I would type in how to do that, how to set up landing pages on WordPress blog. And guess what? There are videos just like this one already in existence with people who have a step-by-step process that I can follow. And I'll set mine up just like that. But one of the things about me is that I don't really like all that back room stuff, right? I don't like to do too much of that. I like the front. I like to be out front, so to speak. So I can outsource that. I can have an assistant, or I can pay a system that does that to set all that part up. And I just show up, get in front of the camera and do what I do, and I'm out. Right? That's what I like to do. When I go into a speaking event, I like to just show up. I don't want to be setting everything up. I want somebody else to do that and pay them. And then I just show up, do what I do, and I'm out. Talk to the people, let them understand that I'm a real person, and then my mission is accomplished. But then I still want everything packaged so that we can generate the income that it takes for us to continue on with that journey, right? Now, besides understanding those 3 reasons people watch YouTube videos, he had more information, and I'm going to share some more of that information with you. He was talking about 5 questions to ask yourself in the research process. So when you get ready to do research about a video or about your video, you want to ask yourself these questions. What is your channel about? Right? If you're creating your own channel like me, I've created my channel. I've got a lot of videos. But if you're creating your channel for the first time, you'll want to ask yourself these questions. What is your channel about? Makes sense, right? The next question is, who is your target audience? See, you have to know that. You can't be like wondering, and it can't be everybody. Okay, you have to niche it down. You have to be specific. Remember, one of the key things that Marie talked about on the prior video was clarity. right? You need to be clear on who that target audience is. And like my target audience are what I call baby boomers, people who are close to retiring, people who are the older generation, who don't like to do a lot online, but know that it's necessary to understand some things online. And what are you going to do when you retire? If you don't know what you want to do when you retire, but you know you don't want to go to work for someone else, then you can start your own business. And you can learn this process at your own pace because you have the time. And it's not like brain surgery. You know, you're learning a skill. You're not learning how to save lives, right? The third thing he says you want to ask yourself is, where does your target audience get together outside of YouTube? See, when you ask certain questions a certain way, you get a better answer, right? So if my target audience are baby boomers, that means they're probably like 50 and up, 45 and up. Where do they hang out? What are they on Facebook? Are they on Instagram? Are they on Twitter? Are they on Pinterest? All that I have to know, because that's where my money would be. My money is where my target audience lies, if you want to look at it from a financial perspective. The fourth thing he asks you to ask yourself is, why would your target audience be interested in your videos? Good question, right? You have to know the answer to that. My answer to that is because I am going to help them start that business. I'm going to help them fill that empty space that they have day in and day out, not knowing what to do when they have all that free time after they retire. But their money, their finances are dwindling because when you retire, your income goes down unless you have a business. See, businesses are totally different than working for somebody. Please know that. It's designed to give you the understanding that you want to have a business. Because if you have a business, you get tax breaks, you get incentives, you get all different things that give you pluses to starting a business. And for working for somebody, you have so many negativity activities that come into play. Number one, you're taxed differently. Number two, you can only get paid for what the owner is willing to pay you. If he's paying you $10 an hour, you can't go to him and say, I need $30 an hour. That's not going to work. But if you have your own business and you start out making $10 an hour, you can grow that system to where you're making $30 an hour. That's how that works. You can grow that system where you're making $100 an hour, $1,000 an hour. It's unlimited, but it is based on you. Now, the fifth thing he says, ask yourself is, how can you get the viewer to subscribe to your channel? The viewer, in this case, would be you. You are viewing me right now. So let's see. How would I get you to subscribe to my channel? I may say something like this. Subscribe to my channel. How clear is that? How simple is that, right? You have to know that. You have to be able to get them valuable information that's in front of them that can help them specifically, and then they will subscribe. But you need to remind them to subscribe, because that's very important. The second thing he talks about is what he calls recon, where you find out what blogs, Facebook groups, Google Plus communities are really interested in your videos, right? And once you're able to do that, then you can put those videos in front of those people. Now, the step 3 that he talks about is based on what he calls a video structure and production. Now, you need to make sure you hook the viewer in the first 3 to 7 seconds. When you're making this video, when I first come on live, the first thing I say is, what? You don't remember? Welcome back, good people. That's what I say with all these 200 videos. I may skip 1 or 2, but I want you to know I am ready for you to listen to me here on out, right? So now you can implement your own little whatever it is that you like, or whatever it is you want to be known for, whatever. Because see, we're branding ourselves. You have to understand that. Branding is very important in the 21st century. People need to be able to remember you, right? Then if I walk in with a green jacket, they'll say, hey, that's the guy with the green jacket. If I walk in with let's say some blue shoes, hey, that's the guy with the blue shoes. I don't know, I'm just making an example. But you get the point. It doesn't have to be that distinct, but it can be, well, that's Larry. He always says, speakerlarry.com, right? That's what I always say. Very important. The second thing about video structure is different types of channels and target audiences have different types of structures. So just like my video channel is based on businesses, your video channel may be based on gardening or let's say photography, whatever you want to base it on. So the structure is going to be a little different, right? But you'll figure all that out along the way. Don't let all this be too heavy for you initially, because it's not. It sounds technical, and it is technical, but the systems that are in place already cover most of it. You just have to, cross a couple of T's and dot a couple of I's, and then you're getting the results. And once you get the results once, then you just keep repeating that process. And you'll get better, and you'll get more familiar, and you'll understand why this went out, or you'll understand why that won't work without that, and you understand how you need both of these for, the light to shine on you. And then after you get all that, then you're good to go, right? I'm not going to take up a lot of time on this video because I've got a couple more to do, and I really want to get to the next video because it's going to be very good for you. But like these videos, share these videos, and I'll see you on the next video.